Hey yo, in every city, you'll hear stories of survival, loyalty, and betrayal. Some rise above the struggle, while others just become trapped in the cycle. You see, the streets make promises they never keep, because in the end, the streets is a myth.
Take me back to life before the streets. What was life like?
Life before the streets, I ain't gonna get up here and say like I was one of them kids who ain't have it or ain't had this, ain't had that, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a nice, stable household, I would say, you feel me? Like, mom's worked 3 jobs, you feel me? It was 5 of us, so she basically, not she had to, but she was doing that shit, you feel me? But she worked 3 jobs or whatever and shit like that, so it wasn't like we really needed for shit type shit, but it was just mainly like, you know, sports, school, the regular shit for me before like the streets and shit like that. Like that came after the sports and all of that and shit, so yeah.
What would you say were some early signs that you might be on the wrong path?
Some early signs that I was on the wrong path, I don't feel like it was like no wrong signs. I just feel like shit just started spiraling, going crazy out of nowhere, or something that started off something that was supposed to just be a family thing, you feel me? Like it just got into some street gang shit, you feel me? But it started off to be a family, so I don't feel like, I just feel like it got out of control, out of nowhere type shit, so yeah.
Things just started spiraling out of control? Yeah. What was your environment like? Who were you surrounded by?
I was surrounded by like, you know, regular hood type shit, you feel me? Like old heads, my peers, of course, you feel me? My brothers and shit like that. Teammates, cause like I said, it was always sports and shit like that for me. I was real big on sports when I was younger and shit, so like that's who I was around for real. Like I would say in a lot of my dad's side of the family, and not so much my mom's side of the family, but my dad's side of the family, that's what I was around too. Yeah.
Okay. At what moment would you say you realized you were in way too deep?
At what moment I realized I was in way too deep? Probably, I would say like once I started to notice that we couldn't move around how we once could, like, and that meaning like, I ain't saying we can't go wherever, cause I could go wherever, but I'm smarter than that to know like, you feel me, certain shit could happen if I'm certain places. So I wanna say like probably when I started to notice that me and my homies and shit like that, we couldn't move around how we wanted to, like go certain places over here, or we can't go to this party cause we know shit gonna get real if we, you know what I'm saying? So that's when I say like shit, and probably like, of course my brother's dying, you feel me, shit like that, like losing my brothers and shit. That's when I knew like, yeah, niggas in this shit too deep type shit.
When did you realize the streets were a myth, or do you really believe that to be true?
I'm saying I definitely believe the streets is a myth. I definitely believe that's true. And when I started to realize this, is like at a young age, like, cause even when I was younger, I always had the mindset on some shit. Like, I used to tell people like, you see how like it's old heads out here, like we looking at people who older than us, 30 and up and shit like that, still on the corner, still trapping, still doing whatever they doing and shit like that. Like I always told niggas, even when we was younger, like that's never gonna be my type. Like I'm not gonna be the type to be 30 something, standing on the block still trying to, like that ain't me, like you feel me? So that's when I already knew that this shit was like a myth. And plus like just failed promises, a lot of shit like that, cause that's a lot of like something that happened in my life a lot of times, just failed promises, you feel me? Like, I ain't gonna say nobody in specific, but older niggas who will always be, you know what I mean? When I first started this music shit, niggas would be, oh yeah, I could do this for you, or yeah, look, I got this, or I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna bust this move for you. And it's just mad failed promises, shit never went nowhere, you feel me? So that's when I knew a lot of shit was a myth too, like niggas just be chatting and, you feel me, you just gotta get this shit yourself type shit, right?
Did anyone ever try to warn you or keep you out of the streets? And if so, why didn't you listen to them?
I don't want to say nobody. Of course, you know, when you're younger and shit, you always hear that from a lot of people, like, you feel me? And like I just said before, I was big on sports and shit, so of course, the older heads that was around in my area be like, you know, you nice at sports, why you feel me? Like, stay focused on that. Y'all out here doing this, the X, Y, and Z and stuff. But when you younger and you running and you really like just in that shit and you in the moment, that shit be in one ear and out the other, you feel me? You don't be trying to really hear that shit for real, you feel me? But I'm not gonna say that I didn't respect the people who was telling me, you feel me? Because I always take heed to anything somebody telling me, you feel me? I respect anybody who trying to tell me something for the better for myself, but it's up to me if I'm gonna listen, you feel me? And that's what I feel like when you younger and you doing that shit just be in one ear and out the other type shit, so yeah.
Would you say maybe some of the people that were trying to like tell you stuff is like, maybe you didn't respect them, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. It's not that I didn't respect them, or it's not like that I looked at them like they was corny or something. It's just that I ain't having no guidance, man. That's just what it was, you feel me? That was a big thing for me. I ain't had no guidance, you heard? The most guidance I really had was, you know, like, of course, my dad and shit like that, but he was in the Feds, so, you feel me? That's through a phone all the time. That's like not saying like it's through a phone relationship, because I love my pops, you feel me? Shout out my dad, but it's just, it was different, you feel me? Like, even when he telling me something, it might go in one ear and out the other type shit, because I'm already out here doing this shit, you feel me? I'm already seeing this shit like that he trying to tell me not to, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely respect my dad, you feel me? So it wasn't even that, it's just, I just feel like I just said, you feel me? When you doing that shit and you in the moment, word, it's just, you just learning, I guess, word.
How many friends and associates have you lost to either prison, death, or strung out on drugs?
I think, to be honest, I ain't gonna cap. I think I got like 12, 13 brothers that's like deceased. But not all of them was from like, you know, a shooting or some shit like that. Like a lot of them, like you just said, the drugs, shit like that. I got a lot of brothers who OD'd and shit like that, you feel me too? I'm saying like, it's to a point where like, as far as like that I lost to the jails, that's a different, like, you know what I'm saying? That list goes on. It's stuff happening probably damn near today that, you know what I mean? Like, shit be crazy. But as far as my homies and shit, like you got Lil Newski, Broski Mob, Sheen Boy, my little brother Zaya, Kimmy, Quill, Scones, Boom, Gotti, Mike, BG, Zazie, and Tommy. So yeah, that's 12. All right. But as far as like the jails and shit like that, I don't want to say I lost my brothers, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of them bouncing back, but I do got a little brother who definitely did just get sentenced to, like, you know what I'm saying, some crazy shit, like 50 years, you know what I'm saying? And I got another little brother too who just got the same amount of time too for some same shit like that. But I feel like, man, this shit just like, at the end of the day, how they look at it, and that's how I gotta look at it too. It's like, it's just what niggas signed up for, you feel me? So they just taking that shit on their chin, how they take that shit on their chin. I still talk to my bro and shit like that, so, word. But it's just mad, it's endless losing shit on this shit, you feel me? That's why it's like, to the streets is a myth shit, you feel me? It's endless losing shit, like you always gonna be losing shit, word.
How many people did you see that were big time gangsters or tough guys that really just was broke?
You see that every day. Growing up in the hood, you gonna see mad of that, you feel me? Like I said, it was niggas on the block twice my age and I got more money than them, you feel me? So, or they acting like they the macho man, and you know what I'm saying? Or they just this hard ass character nigga, you feel me? And niggas don't be what they be, you know what I'm saying? Trying to put personas out and trying to be somebody else. I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like you gonna see that type of shit every day in the hood though. Like that's the regular hood shit. Like you gonna see niggas who, you feel me, acting like they hard or acting like they, you know what I'm saying? But when it come time to really do shit, that's when you see who type shit. Word.
Max power, I'm about to go, we doing better. If I ever lose, I don't know, faster than ever. If I ever lose, I don't know, we doing better. Hitting all the goals I can. Bigger, bolder, faster. Ooh, I'm going to the maximum. I'm going to the maximum.
Have you ever been to prison or jail, and what was it like?
You know what's crazy? I just like came home. I think it's like a month ago now or whatever. Came home. I'm saying it's jail. I'm not gonna say it like it's like just not no shit like that's not something you want to go through. Word, that, like to the young kids out there, you feel me? Jail, that shit is whack. You feel me? I'm not gonna act like that shit fun. I'm not gonna act like it's on some. I don't know how to explain it, but how people be portraying it to be out here, and how a lot of niggas make it seem like on some, it's cool to be in there or some shit. That shit whack. It ain't cool, you feel me? That shit suck. You don't, like, you literally get your freedom stripped from you. I don't know who the fuck like getting their freedom stripped from them, but not me, you feel me? But, yeah, I came home, ended up having to turn myself back in a week later after that, you feel me? All for some bullshit, but I'm saying, like, that shit just, like I just said, it's just whack, you feel me? It's not no experience that you want to be going through type shit. Like, it's just corny, you feel me? And that's the only way I could put that shit. It ain't no tough shit. Niggas not on no coming at you trying. No, it's not that. It ain't no, you feel me? That shit just sucking it. It's just ass. You go in there, you gonna be bored as hell. So, yeah, that's just what it is. Wow. That's how I felt. That was my experience, you feel me? So, yeah.
Can you share a scary or intense moment that you survived in these streets?
I'm saying, I got endless moments that, you know, the regular, you know what I'm saying, hood shit, shootout shit like that, but I can't explain one moment without, you know what I'm saying? But at one time, we in the hood or whatever and shit like that. My brothers, they was arguing about something or whatever and shit, and this one, I realized, like, niggas can't spend time arguing with each other cause shit really going on, you feel me, type shit like that. But my brothers arguing with each other and shit like that, so we all paying attention to the argument or whatever and shit. But I see somebody walking, like, coming down from our block, cause our street a one-way, you feel me, like we from a one-way type shit. But I see somebody walking down and shit, walking down our block, and when he walking down, it's like he got his hoodie tied tight, but like some of my homies play like that, so I'm on some shit like, I'm thinking it's one of them, so I ain't really paying no mind. I look back, niggas arguing, but then something just told me, look back over there or whatever, and when I looked at him, they ain't saying nothing, they just still walking. Like now they get like probably 2 houses down from us. We on our, like, on the porch where we be at and shit like that, but I'm looking, and something just told me to ask, like, yo, who that? So when I'm like, yo, who that? They ain't say nothing. That's when I knew it was like not one of my homies type shit or whatever and shit like that. So the second time I'm like, yo, who that? And when I said that, that shit just like, I ain't gonna lie, like that was like somebody first time like really up in that shit and like shooting right at me, you feel me? Like, and I just seen that shit, the flash of the, you know what I'm saying? That shit just like, oh, and it just went straight past me type shit. Like once he shot and I seen the flash or whatever and shit, I just ducked, you feel me, got low. And I can't finish the rest of that story, but yeah, that's what happened. Word.
What's the hardest part about leaving the streets behind?
The hardest part about leaving the streets behind? I feel like, you know, you could never leave this shit behind unless, like, you get away from this shit, you feel me? Like, move away type shit. Like, unless you want something like that, you know, some super, not Hollywood, but, you know, the regular Hollywood story, get a deal, move out of wherever you going, get low to wherever you going to get low to and shit like that. That's the only way you can really, like, you know, get away from this shit. I don't feel like, unless I do that, that'd be the way that I could, you know, I want to say I could put the definition as leaving it behind, you feel me? But if that was to happen, the hardest part about leaving the streets behind would probably just be my brothers, you feel me? Like knowing that I'm leaving, you know, some of my brothers or whatever, because everybody ain't gonna want to go, you feel me? Like everybody ain't gonna want to change their life. Some niggas really like, you know, do this, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like just knowing that I still got brothers in the hood who gonna be doing this shit and shit like that, that'd probably just be the hardest part, you feel me? Or,
After everything you've been through in these streets, what advice would you tell your younger self?
if I could talk to my younger self, I'd tell my younger self that just everybody ain't real, you feel me? Another thing I'd tell my younger self is take that deal, go with your uncle to Miami, you feel me? Definitely that. You feel me? You can always come back for, you don't always gotta think about it like you leaving your group, you feel me? Or you abandoning by going to do something better for yourself, you know what I'm saying? I definitely tell my younger self that, you feel me? Take that deal, go to my uncle, like go with my uncle to Miami and shit, cause I had some shit lined up with uncle when I was younger, but I just didn't take it cause it was gonna be on some whole like, you know, change my name, my MBF, take that out my name and be this other person, and I couldn't do that, you feel me? I got a whole, like, around that time, it was all of us still rapping together, so I just on some shit like, I can't leave my brothers, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what it was, where, but I definitely would tell myself to do that shit now, you feel me? Because it's just like, I'm older, so I'm wiser, and I think about shit different, so, where.
What do you want the people watching this to take away from your story?
Just like, you know, the main points that I kept pointing out, you feel me? Like, a lot of people ain't real, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes if that situation better for you, you gotta just jump at it, you feel me? You can't just be scared or thinking about it like you gonna be, or worrying about everybody else if it's benefiting them, you feel me? Not to be on no selfish shit, but kind of selfish in a way, like, you feel me? Just like if it's bettering for you type shit. Where I want people to take away that, you know, you can always change your situation if you stay focused on what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? And also that sometimes in life you gotta take that risk, and definitely take that risk if it's bettering for you. And that I'm about to drop some crazy shit, so that's what I want them to take from this.
Streets is a man, but streets is a man. Streets is a man, but yo boy. Have you lived the life the streets tried to write for you, but ultimately found your own ending? Do you have a story of survival, betrayal, or redemption? We're looking for real people with real experiences to share their truth. If the streets tried to break you, but you made it out, we want to hear from you. Hit us up now to be a part of The Streets is a Myth.
On my birthday, looking like I hit the lotto. Free money, free my dogs out there, y'all know. God is great and the paper straight. If you ain't seen a real nigga, let me demonstrate. On my birthday, like I hit the lotto. Free money, free my dogs out there, y'all know. God is great and the paper straight. If you ain't seen a real nigga, let me demonstrate. Troy have the wave, all these niggas jaws. Biting style froze all across the board. Why I can't find friends like me, Lord?